This is how to make Asana work for you and your clients. In business, you're always going to need project management, whether you're an entrepreneur, a small business owner, a service based business provider, or a product based business provider. You are always going to need project management in your business because you're always going to be managing tasks, or you're going to be managing projects, or you're going to be managing people, depending on the size of the business that you have. Now, in business and project management, one of the things that you're always going to want to have is a project management tool to support your business. So here are three project management tools that I recommend for my clients. Those three tools are Trello, Asana, and ClickUp. Now, for Trello, I use this tool for my clients who are not as tech savvy, and it's more of like a visual checklist of things that need to be done, and it's very easy to use. I have one client that we know we can never move off of Trello because if we ever move into anything more basic than a checklist, it's just not happening. From a more less beginner. It's still easy to use, but it has more features than Trello. The second project management tool that I recommend is Asana. Now, it has features as far as the ease of use, all the way up to if you want to customize things, and that's like in the paid version of Asana. But today, what we're talking about is everything in the free version of Asana. So you don't even have to purchase outright the Asana tool to use the features that I'm going to talk about today. And then the more advanced client, I usually use something like ClickUp, especially if they're looking for customizations or they're looking for a lot of the features that ClickUp has. But you have to be mindful of the cost associated with ClickUp, especially if you're talking about a lot of team members or a lot of the customizable features that they want to have. But for the purposes of today, we are only talking about Asana. That's a tool that I use with most of my clients, except for the one, like I said, that has to stay in Trello. Asana is one of the tools that I like that it has everything that you need. It doesn't have as much of the customizable stuff as ClickUp, but it's one of those tools that just has everything. And we'll talk about why today. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk about, why am I even qualified to tell you about Asana or project management for that matter, right? If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Lavelle Peters. I worked as an IT project manager for almost 8 years in corporate America. Currently, I own Outsource Mondays, which is my virtual assistant business where I offer project management and OBM services for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and service based business providers who are just looking for extra help in their business when it comes to tech, task, or teams. I'm also an Asana ambassador, which just means that I've took the training for Asana, and at the end of the training, you just submit to be an Asana ambassador, and they review your qualifications, they review the training that you completed, and they send you all kinds of good stuff if you become an Asana ambassador. So consider doing that if that's something that you want to do. I'm also a wife and a mother of two little ones. So that's part of the reason why I started Outsource Mondays, because I wanted to be able to have a business where I can continue to work from home while still having my kids. Now, today the things that we're going to talk about, the two things that we're going to talk about is the benefits of working with Asana and three key Asana features or functions that will help you to manage yours and your client's business. Some of the benefits of Asana, which I've already mentioned, are it's free to use for up to 15 people. There are no limits on the number of workspaces, organizations, or projects that you can have. It integrates with multiple tools used by entrepreneurs and small business owners, and we're going to get into two of those today. And then for the three key areas that I wanted to talk about today, for as far as the features and functions that allow Asana to be more useful to you and your clients, are the My Task sections, the project template sections, and the integration sections. So first, we're going to get into the My Task sections, which is the part where you navigate to when you log into Asana. That's completely to your left. A lot of people, the first place that they go and they jump into is the projects. But the place that you really should jump into when you're getting into Asana is your My Task area. If you are managing all your clients in your Asana tool, it brings all the tasks that you're working on across projects, like the example that's shown here, into one area, all the things that are assigned to you. So it's a lot easier for you at the beginning of your day to come in and see, okay, which client work do I need to work on? Because, that's the next priority or the next things that's due. Now, I want to mention that this will not work if your client has their own Asana. If your client has their own Asana, then you're going to be in a different workplace for that client. But if you house all of your tasks for all your clients in your own workspace, then this will definitely work for you. The other thing that I want to mention is like you can have multiple Asana you can have multiple clients in your Asana workspace, but you have to make sure that you are assigning them to the project and not the workspace so that they're only seeing their areas. So for example, you see here I have client A, client B, and client C. You will not add them up here where it says the workspace. You will not add them to the workspace area. You would add them to the client area, which is the projects. I named the projects client A, client B, client C just for differentiation, but you would add them directly to your projects and not directly to your workspace. So that way they can't see the other clients that you have and other things that you have going on. But for you will be able to see in your My Task area across clients all the different tasks that you're currently working on. So this is one of the features of Asana that I just love. If you have clients and you're working with them all in one space, it makes it a lot easier to know how you should go about your days. The second thing that I want to talk about when it comes to Asana is the project templates. Now, these are, if you look to the left here, these are some of the templates that come with Asana. So the one-on-one meeting agenda, the cross-functional project plan, company goals and milestones. There's another one called, I think it's content calendar. If you are a virtual assistant, those are probably the three tools that are likely to be ones that you're going to work with. So look out for those or try them out in Asana. But the other thing that I love about Asana is that you can create your own templates. So for example, we have a client who they have campaigns over campaigns. So if we have the same tasks that are happening every time that we have a campaign, all we have to do is pull up the project template. It already has the task laid out. It already has the person who is assigned to specific tasks laid out, and all you have to do is pull it up every time. Like for another one of my clients, we have campaigns at the end of every year because she has a new program that starts in January. So at the end of, let's say, October, because I like to be a little early anyway, we pull up the campaign template that's there, and we just start working on the tasks that we know need to happen in November and December before the program starts in January. So it's something that you can repeat over and over, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you have a campaign that's repeatable. You can just use a custom template in Asana. And lastly, the tool integrations is the most awesome part of Asana. And I'm going to just talk about two today, which is the video tool is one of them. Now, if you're using the video tool, it gives you a limit of three. I just want to make sure that I mention that you have a limit of three. But if you have a Vimeo account, you can do unlimited number of videos and it's still free. So what I'm showing you here in the video is it's showing you where you actually go to upload a video to your task. So you just go into the description section, then go to that record button, and it allows you to hit record and record a video. Now, the other good thing about it that you can use it for is if you have standard operating procedures that you store in your Asana, it's a lot easier to have the videos for that step or that task attached to the project in your Asana area. So that's another good thing that you can use the video tool section for in Asana. The other integration section that I want to share with you is, and we'll get to the next screen where it actually shows a better picture, but it's Slack. Slack is one of the tools that you're going to use with a lot of clients. And it's easy for you to integrate your Asana with your Slack, and you don't even have to leave Slack to create your Asana task, which is what the video will show you next. So in your Slack area, if you go to the task, like for example, I just put test Asana connection, but you would just create the task here and go in the three bars at the side and hit create task. And you can type the name, the project, who is assigned to the due date, description, and just hit create. it goes directly to Asana. You don't even have to leave Slack. Now, the other shortcut that you can do is you can hit /Asana and then create, and then you can type the name of the task, and the same thing will pop up like it just did, where it allows you to create the task and then send it straight to Asana. You never have to leave Slack to do this. So that's another integration feature that it saves you so much time in Asana, and it's just showing you here in the video how it happens. And that's it. So the three things that I mentioned today allow you to save time in Asana, increase your productivity, it streamlines your processes and your tools, and it makes you a more organized and efficient business owner. So if you are thinking about using Asana, you definitely should for you and your clients, because it's going to make your life so much easier. If you're considering being an Asana ambassador, just go to the Asana website. It's just a training that you have to take you have to complete the training, and then they'll let you know whether or not they let you in as an ambassador, and then they send you like little gifts and stuff once you're in there. But if you're considering doing that, you should definitely check it out. Now, I know I talked about a lot, but I just want to say, if you want to connect with me, I'm on most platforms as Outsource Monday, so you can connect with me on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Instagram, and then we can jump straight into questions. So if you have any questions about Asana or project management, I want to open the floor to that right now.